Hey everyone! Welcome back to Easy Invest and Thrive, where we turn small, smart moves into big futures together. Let's dive into this week's $115 investing journey. This is week 5, so this will increase my invested money year to date to $575. As always, these are my personal moves, not financial advice, and I'd love for you to drop your own picks in the comments. Let's dive in. The first is an ETF from US, SCHD, Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. Description: SCHD is a popular ETF that focuses on high-quality, dividend-paying U.S. companies. It tracks the Dow Jones U.S. Dividend 100 Index and includes large-cap companies with a record of consistent dividend growth. Current price, around $27. Why I like it: strong dividend yield, which makes it ideal for passive income. Low expense ratio, super efficient compared to other ETFs. Reliable holdings, includes companies like PepsiCo, Verizon, and Texas Instruments, big names with cash flow and resilience. Performance: 5-year return, 60%, including dividends. Outperformed many actively managed funds during volatile years. Continues to attract inflows due to market uncertainty and rate changes. Recent news: recent dividend increase across key holdings. Charles Schwab reported increased interest in SCHD among retirement investors. ETFs saw record inflows in Q1 2025 amid flight to yield-focused products. Technical analysis: trading above its 200-day moving average, long-term bullish. Consolidation pattern suggests support forming. RSI around 55, a room to climb without being overbought. Analyst expectations: analysts predict stable returns with growing income over the next 3 to 5 years. Seen as a safe haven ETF during market uncertainty. Expected to benefit if interest rates stay elevated or rise further. Conclusion: SCHD is a solid, boring in a good way ETF that brings reliability, yield, and growth, a great anchor for any US-focused portfolio. The European asset I analyzed for this week is Ørsted A/S Ørsted. CO Denmark. Description: Ørsted is a global leader in offshore wind energy and renewable power development, headquartered in Denmark. Current price, around DKK 247.37. Why I like it: massive growth potential in global renewable energy markets. Government-backed projects and EU support for green transition. A rebound candidate, heavily oversold in 2023 to 2024, but fundamentals remain strong. Performance: stock down from all-time highs, currently in recovery phase. Long-term 5-year revenue growth is still positive, despite recent dips. Recent news: signed a major offshore wind contract in the U.S. with New Jersey and New York. Secured new funding from EU Green Investment Program. CEO reaffirmed the target of carbon neutrality by 2025, globally admired goal. Technical analysis: forming a rounded bottom on the chart, potential long-term reversal. RSI around 50, neutral zone, ideal for accumulation. Volatility decreasing, bullish sign for bottom formation. Analyst expectations: JP Morgan and Danske Bank recently upgraded the stock to buy. Price target between DKK 600 to 700. Seen as a green infrastructure cornerstone for next decade. Conclusion: Ørsted is a green energy pioneer with major upside. It's a recovery play, but a strong one backed by long-term global trends in clean power. And in the Romanian market I analyze, Banca Transilvania, TLV.ro. Description: Banca Transilvania is the largest bank in Romania by assets and number of clients. Headquartered in Cluj-Napoca, it plays a central role in the country's financial system. Known for its tech-driven approach, wide branch network, and resilient performance, TLV is often seen as a bellwether for Romania's economy. Current price, around $28.6. Why I like it: market leader, TLV holds a dominant position in Romanian banking with a growing client base and diversified services. Strong fundamentals. High return on equity, consistent profit growth, and solid asset quality make it one of the safest picks on the Bucharest Stock Exchange. Dividend powerhouse, regular dividend payer with attractive yields, often over 5%, making it a favorite for long-term investors. Performance: 3-year price growth, plus 65%, boosted by post-pandemic recovery and rising interest rates. Dividend return, paid dividends regularly even during market downturns, a sign of strong cash flow. Resilience. TLV outperformed other Romanian financial stocks during economic slowdowns thanks to prudent lending policies. Recent news. Q1 2025 earnings beat expectations with net profit up 14% YoY, driven by loan growth and digital service expansion. Digital transformation. Launched AI-powered lending and new fintech partnerships in 2025, including an SME lending platform. Sustainability focus. Released its ESG strategy, aiming for a more climate-resilient lending portfolio and green bond issuance. Technical analysis. Trading above both the 50-day and 200-day moving averages, bullish confirmation. Forming a rounded base pattern around 26 to 28 RON, potentially preparing for breakout. RSI near 60, healthy zone for steady growth without being overbought. Analyst expectations. Analysts from BT Capital and Tradeville rate it buy with price targets ranging from 31 to 34 RON, 8 to 18% upside. Continued growth expected from retail and SME lending, especially as Romania's economy remains above EU average. TLV is often considered the safest long-term holding on the Romanian stock market. Conclusion. Banca Transilvania is the definition of a blue-chip Romanian stock, dominant, profitable, and investor-friendly. For anyone looking to gain exposure to Romania's economy through a resilient and well-run institution, TLV is hard to beat. Passing to crypto, Solana SOL. Description. Solana is a high-speed, low-cost Layer 1 blockchain competing with Ethereum in NFTs, gaming, and DeFi. Current price, around $165. Why I like it? Extremely fast transaction times up to 65,000 TPS. Low fees make it ideal for gaming and NFT ecosystems. Rapidly growing developer ecosystem and DeFi expansion. Performance. Recovered strongly from 2022 to 2023 crypto winter. Solana-based projects have seen massive TVL, total value locked, growth. Recent news. Visa and Shopify recently announced integration pilots with Solana Pay. Solana Mobile released its second crypto-native smartphone. Solana's DePIN, decentralized physical infrastructure, projects gaining traction. Technical analysis. Trading well above 200-day MA, trend intact. RSI hovering near 60 to 65, bullish but not overheated. Analyst expectations. Some price targets estimate $180 to $220 for year-end 2025. Seen as a real-world use blockchain competitor to ETH. High institutional interest and upcoming token burn schedule could reduce supply. Conclusion. Solana is a fast, scalable blockchain with momentum, real adoption, and massive upside, especially for those betting on the future of DeFi and Web3. Today for the book I want to speak about, Rabbit Hole by Kate Brody. Story. Rabbit Hole is a sharp, psychological debut thriller by Kate Brody, a modern noir with literary flair. Think Gone Girl meets Tana French. The story follows a woman investigating her sister's death while dealing with her own unraveling reality. Current price, signed first edition under $115 on collectible markets. Why I like it? Explosive debut from a writer already compared to Gillian Flynn. Dark literary thrillers have a strong track record in both print and screen adaptation value. Low print run for signed editions, making it scarce and collectible early. Fastest selling debut for its publisher this spring. Featured on Book of the Month, BuzzFeed Books, and NYT Notable Reads. Already in its third printing, collectors are buying up early hardbacks. First editions are under $5,000, lower than usual for U.S. thrillers. Predicted to become a cult favorite in the thriller genre. Potential for author to become a top name in literary crime fiction. Recent news. Film rights recently acquired by A24. Book clubs and TikTok creators driving demand with viral posts. Author nominated for National Book Critics Circle Best First Novel. Conclusion. Rabbit Hole is intense, compelling, and rare, a smart, affordable entry into the world of collectible fiction with real upside. At the end, let's make a short recap of the investments that I considered for Week 5. SCHD Schwab Dividend ETF. Orsted.co. Banca Transilvania TLV.ro. Solana SOL. Rabbit Hole by Kate Brody. What do you think about this week's picks? Got a stock, crypto, or even a collectible you believe in? Drop it in the comments. Until next week, stay curious, invest wisely, and remember, this is easy. Invest and thrive. Take care.